might be thinking, what on earth is a pleasure wheel? Well, to answer your question, pleasure wheels originated in Belgium in the 1600s and were the first wheels for people to ride for pure enjoyment. How did they operate? Manpower. The steam engine had not yet been invented, so I imagine pleasure wheel pushing was a job that was quite grueling. Because of its popularity, the wheel moved west, and eventually a man named Antonio Manguino brought the wheel from France to America, Walton Spring, Georgia to be exact. As time passed and technology advanced, wheels are made out of metal and thankfully switched over to steam power. In 1879 Paris, there was an exposition where the Eiffel Tower was built. 14 years later, ideas for the Ferris wheel were created during the planning for the Chicago Fair as a part of the Columbian Expedition of 1893. The Columbian Expedition was created to celebrate the 400th anniversary of Christopher Columbus's sailing to America. Now you might be wondering, why did she call it the Ferris wheel? That's because George Washington Gale Ferris was the man that decided to take on this huge task. His background in bridge building helped him create his famous wheel in 1893. It was 4.5 months before the exposition, and Ferris had to raise $355,000 in order to assemble 2,100 tons of steel. In the end, the wheel was 264 feet tall, and 60 people could be held in one out of the 36 cars it held. June 21st, 1893 was the grand opening of the Ferris wheel. 1.5 million riders brought in $726,805.50. This profit was thanks to the fact that it could hold 2,160 people at a time, and just for 50 cents, 38,000 people rode a day. For 50 cents, you would get a 20-minute ride that included 2 rotations. After 10 weeks, the operation of the Ferris wheel ended, and it made a grand total of 10,000 revolutions while it operated. Unfortunately, due to the lack of interest in the Ferris wheel during the 1900s, George W. Ferris was forced to sell his creation for $1,800. He died bankrupt. In 1996, plans were made to build a 500-foot tall wheel in London. This grand wheel opened a week after the year 2000, and this wheel was soon called the London Eye. Overall, the Ferris wheel has and always will be a modern marvel that millions of people will enjoy and appreciate forever.